We need to get it together.
We need to log in.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Welcome to the Dramatic
Elements
Podcast.
Podcast. My name's Skye.
And I'm Shaya. And we are... Who are we? Let us tell you.
Who the fuck are we?
We
And
are-
what are we doing here?
We are two college roommates,
Yes.
freshmen, at the University of Texas at Austin.
And we have very different majors. Our queen over here is
I'm an acting major.
and I am a biochemistry major. And we kind of fell into being roommates very randomly. Did not know each other before this.
By DM.
By DM. And we also had such messy housing situations coming to UT Austin. So we really were each other's only option.
Correct.
We didn't
Correct.
we didn't have a long roster.
I didn't have a roster.
I had no roster.
I had no roster except
was-
for you.
Right.
But basically, in the building that we're living in, there's like an app called Room Sync.
100%.
My
queen.
my heart and soul.
Right.
And you like do like a little like survey by yourself, and then you
Mhm.
like it like shows you people you could match with.
Yeah.
And so when I tell you I was in every bitch's DMs,
Yes.
glurting to literally glurting
Yeah.
to the max.
And no one was fucking. Wait, should I stop cursing? I should stop cursing.
Okay.
And no one was responding. So I had one girl.
Ghosting.
The
Right.
ghosting was crazy.
Right.
I had one girl. Maybe we'll keep her anonymous for now. Name drop next episode.
Let's call her Brenda.
Let's call her Brenda.
Let's call her Brenda.
So basically, I start chatting with Brenda. I'm thinking this is my girl because I really didn't have
Really?
anyone. And then
I didn't know that.
One day I get left undelivered, and let me tell you, I think I'm like 55 weeks delivered by now.
Right.
Left undelivered forever.
Right.
So maybe she wasn't feeling it, but lucky for me,
Right.
I had Shaya slide into
So
my
I
DMs
slid into the DMs.
quickly after that.
No offense, but it was more out of need because it was like,
100%.
oh, you know,
There's nobody
she looks
else.
nice,
Right.
based off of her one profile picture where she's smiling, you know,
Right. And our like 86% match on Room Sync.
exactly. And I slid into the DMs, and then I fear you ghosted me as well.
What? Okay,
Yes.
well, I'm just not good. I'm so bad at responding, especially on Instagram. I like don't even have my Instagram notifications on most of the time. So when someone DMs me on Instagram, girl, it's a lost cause. It's
Well,
a
we were
lost
talking for like a
cause.
second because
Right.
you're from Miami.
Yeah.
And so you dropped that because I was like, where are you from? And then
Yeah.
I told you my sister went to Miami, Miami.
yeah.
And then we were like, wait, actually, I have something to tell you that I've never told you.
Oh.
Basically, this is just funny.
Right.
Basically, we're DMing. I'm like, oh, she's nice.
Mhm.
Ghost me. I said, okay, another one. You know, another one
Right,
on the
another
list.
one literally bites dust.
Another one bites the dust. And then, I don't know, couple weeks later, something like that. I'm like, you know what? I have nobody. I
Right.
literally have nobody. And my
Right.
parents were like, you need to pick a roommate because I had like 2 weeks until I needed to
Yeah.
pick one,
We
or else
had
they
a
were going to give me a
deadline.
random one.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And that was
no.
scary.
I was like,
That is scary.
no. And
Yeah.
so I reach back out and I'm like, are you still looking for a roommate? And you're like, yes. And so then we start talking again. This girl asked me yet again, so where are you from? I said, go to
Oh,
where. Scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up, mama. So then I was like,
I
well,
do remember this.
let me reiterate.
Okay, wait, because also I was on a sailing trip, so I
No.
was
You're not real.
because I go sailing like since COVID, and we wanted to do like vacations away from people. And my dad
Right.
used to own a sailboat in his like 20s.
So you didn't have your phone.
Well, I
is what I'm
did
hear-
have my phone, but I
Is what I'm
wasn't
hearing.
on it very often.
Right.
Because I literally was out at sea.
So what's so
So I guess
interesting
that's
about this
my
is the fact that
excuse.
I'm here at home panicking,
And I'm out at
literally
sea.
shivering in my bed, like genuinely. Like
Right.
I was actually panicking for like a couple
Yeah.
weeks there, being like, who, like,
Right.
what will I do?
Yeah.
And you're literally sailing off, wind is blowing in your face,
Literally
and I'm
into
in
the
your DMs,
sunset.
and you have
Right.
not a care in the
No,
world.
but I remember eventually when you
Right.
I do remember when you did finally like ask me if I wanted to be your roommate,
Right.
and I was very excited about that because once again I had literally no one, and I wasn't putting much effort.
We,
I wasn't putting much effort into this.
well,
at all.
see,
So I needed
yes,
that.
and that was noted by me. But then I was like, well, I literally am a desert. You know what I mean? Like there are
There are
cacti and there are
tumbleweeds.
tumbleweeds
There are
in my
tumbleweeds.
roster.
100%.
So I fear I must ask this girl.
Yeah.
So I was like, worst that could happen. She's like, literally no.
Right.
You know. But we also we bonded over certain things. Like I feel like I learned like a couple things about you that I thought were like
right.
good to know. Like I was like, oh, this is kind of
Yeah.
a check. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I definitely didn't think you were like funny. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I
100%.
definitely was like,
Well, because
oh,
we didn't have any exciting conversations. It was, where are you from?
what
Like,
clubs
what's
do you
your
want to
name?
join?
Exactly.
Right.
What clubs do you want to join?
Exactly.
Like, what's your major? That was the extent of the conversations
Right.
we had when we committed to being roommates.
Right. And this is also the thing. Everybody else I know, you should call your roommate. Like you should call them before you commit to being
Right.
roommates. Like you should FaceTime. And that's grand for you. But let me tell you,
Right.
I have multiple, not even just you know, in general, people will call their roommate, da da da, love them, and then they're not
it
as close
turns out
as
like
us.
shit.
We
Right.
literally, I said, "What's your name? What's your major? You're from Miami. Let's go."
Right. And
I
months
took
later,
your
we're
hand and I
sitting-
ran. Yes,
2
exactly.
months later, we're sitting on a random sofa in the building we live in.
On the floor, we don't. Yes.
On the floor we do not reside on,
Right.
but we're making it ours
Exactly.
because we just steal the show. That's what we've done.
Okay,
since day
so
one.
how
Yeah.
did this podcast come to
How
be?
did this come to be? Well, we have to start back on literally day 3,
Right.
like the first Wednesday of being here at college. How did it even start? You said something.
Okay. I was in bed, you were on the ground,
Of
and then
course.
right, and then something happened where I don't know how it got brought up that you. All I know is that somehow it got brought up that you and your best friend from home
Yes.
were like plotting, like we were,
Well,
like, do you know what I mean?
I think you said something about influencing, right? We said something about
Right.
becoming influencers and how we want free stuff in PR packages and we want free money and things of that sort.
Right.
And then I was like, hold the phone, because me and my best friend have always talked about how becoming influencers is the smartest
Yes.
side job to have.
Yes.
Because you can just film your literal life that you're living and make some extra cash on the side.
And me and my best friend. So then I was like, wait,
Yeah.
hold the. Then I was like, oh, so we're the same.
Of
Because me and
course.
my best friend from home, like for the couple weeks leading up to college, we were like,
Mhm.
we are so funny. Where is our fame?
Literally,
You know,
where are the
where is our fame? Like
microphones?
we are funny.
Yeah.
You know? Like there was this like TikToker, I don't know if you've ever seen. Have you ever seen Nook and Cranny?
And I haven't.
You're kidding. So wait, do you know the girl who does the like, wait, they don't love me like a. That's Cranny.
Okay.
Okay, whatever.
Sure.
That's Cranny.
Right.
And but like her name's not actually Cranny. I don't
I
think.
figured.
I
And
don't
I
think.
figured.
But her best friend, they call themselves Nook and Cranny.
Of course.
So her like account is called Cranny, which I
Right.
think is hilarious.
That is hilarious.
And I love them. Like I would stalk their videos. They're so funny.
Right.
And I'm thinking, we would be a quad. You, Nook, Cranny, Shaya, and Faye.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
And
We're
of
best
course.
friends. And so I was like, this could literally be us. Of course, she had to go abroad, and I had to come to college. That wasn't happening. So when you
Right.
told me that, I was like, wait
a second.
this is literally a dream come
Because
true.
Nook and Cranny, 2nd edition.
Exactly. We should think of a name
Right.
as Nook and Cranny does.
100%.
Like who? Anyway.
Right.
So that was right. That was good.
Yeah.
And then it was just like I swear it felt like 3 hours, but it was probably 10-minute conversation.
No, I think it was closer to
No,
an hour.
it
for
actually
sure.
was
Like,
long.
It actually
No,
was
it
long.
was long.
It was literally us just both spitting out ideas of different things we could do to build a platform of some
Right,
kind.
right.
And different daily videos we could post.
We were
We
like,
decided-
day in the life, get
Yes.
ready. We literally, bro started a document.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
And I'll pull it up
Yes.
today.
And we have mirrors in our room, like they were like
Pretty big.
the closet is
Yeah.
mirrors, and so
Yeah.
they're huge. And we were like, what if we decorate them? Like, what
This
if we
is
draw
fun
on them?
content.
My
And I-
markers were ordered within a 30-second
Literally
time
within
slot.
seconds.
Yes.
She was like, because I was like, I started doing research about what markers would be good to use on a mirror.
Right.
And once again, within seconds, I had them ordered. I said,
They were
"Girl,
on
you
the way.
don't believe me? On
Yes.
Thursday, they will be here."
They will arrive to the
They
locker,
will
to the
arrive.
Amazon locker.
And then days later, a week
Yes.
later, we were decorating our mirror.
And we were making content.
Exactly. And it was our
Yes.
5th day in a row of posting a video.
Right, exactly.
We were locked in.
Decorate our mirror with us. And then it was like, and it was us like dancing.
And we were editing.
And it was fire. And it was
we
fun.
were going crazy.
And then, you know what's funny too? We spent like 30 minutes decorating that mirror, jamming out to Gaga, having a grand time. The moment the mirror was done, silence for 3 hours, editing our own videos
And
in the
100%.
chairs. Literally,
Yeah.
you know how it is.
Thinking about how
Right.
people are going to stay engaged, like all the above.
And we
All
also
the
made a
above.
plot. We were like,
Oh,
don't worry. We really like sucked us into it. We were like, we will hold each other accountable. We will be posting every day. We will post when the algorithm is best to post.
Yes.
You
we, of
best believe that
course-
graphic is in my favorites right
you
now.
best believe I was looking at that graphic daily.
Daily. And I
to
am.
post
Why
at
are we
the-
talking in past tense? I did
Right.
it today.
Right.
I did it today.
And
Right.
as you should.
Right.
It's a daily routine.
And we were like, it's gonna take at least 6 months to gain
yes.
one follow. We were like, you just gotta stick with it, you
Right.
know.
All about that consistency.
And we have.
Right. You know, and I might have fallen off. I did.
I have to
I
let
have
me
to-
address this
Confession. Let me confess.
to the public.
Let me literally confess to the public. I fell off minorly.
Right.
So things got a little bit busy at school, you know. And suddenly I wasn't really making the time to film those day in the lives anymore.
Right.
So we're trying to get back on that grind right now.
Right.
But Shaya's been on that.
Yeah, low key.
Shaya's been
Well, I
doing
kind of
that.
like after like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I was like,
It's
let
not a
me
daily.
give myself permission
Yeah.
to not do this every single day because I'm getting
Right.
tired.
Right. Right.
I'm just an
Influencer
influencer.
life is so
I'm
hard.
so tired for my 12 views a video.
Yeah.
But those 12
And right.
people,
They're loving
they're counting
it.
on
They're
me.
literally
they're
loving
counting
it.
on me. So
Yeah.
I've started doing like every other day, every 3 days. You know what it is.
Yeah.
But then the other day, for whatever faint of heart, I don't remember even how this came. I think I just was like, we're starting a podcast. And you said, okay.
Right. Well, because basically every night, or not even every night, but just a lot of, like, very often, we would have these random 45-minute hilarious
Yes.
conversations. We're both cackling. We're both, like,
Wheezing off the
making
bed.
funny
Exactly.
comments. And then we just slowly got to the idea of, why don't we have microphones in our hands and a camera 2 feet away from us?
Right.
There's no reason to not have that.
Exactly.
So here we are.
Exactly. Because I'm thinking, oh, I'm laughing my ass off in
Right.
this conversation
So
right now.
everyone
And what
else
are we
will be
talking
too.
about? Nothingness.
Literally
nothingness.
Yeah.
And it's just the way, because we've, and you know what's funny?
What?
Let me.
Let me hear it.
And you're sat. This is the thing. I've always noticed for like friends of like years or like anything like that, like when you're friends with people for like a long time,
Yeah.
you start naturally like, picking up on each other's things, like because that's
Right.
just whatever. Literally, we've known each other for 2 months,
right,
coming
for
up on
a
2
week
months.
and a half, and we
Even
already
a week
do
and a
that.
half in, I
Right.
said, "So I'm you now."
Right.
And so
I'm
when we
becoming
when we
Shaya.
have these conversations, like you'll come home, or I'll come home, or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and it's a debrief of the night.
Mhm.
And what are we or Tejas?
or it's about Tejas. We need to get into the
with
tea on
caution,
Tejas.
with caution, with caution,
with so much
With so
caution,
much-
guys.
right? With the
Can't
tiptoe.
get canceled on episode.
Yes, no, right, exactly. but we'll have a 37-hour conversation
Yeah.
about Tejas, and I am literally on the ground, and your sister's on the ground. That's
what
the
I was
real
gonna say.
thing. Yes.
Whenever my sister's in the room or your friend Sam was in the room a
Right.
few days ago, they're entertained just watching us have a
Exactly.
conversation.
So I'm thinking, turn the camera on.
Literally turn
Let's
the
share
camera
it with
on.
the people, the joy. Exactly.
And the people are tuning in. And they're tuning in.
And they're right.
So
And
here we are today.
And this is a service.
And you're welcome. And you're literally welcome.
This is a service. Yes. So, wow. All that to say, that's why we're on this couch right now. But then don't get me wrong. The moment we were like, yes, we off to the races.
Right.
I'm telling all my friends I'm creating a graphic.
Right. And when did we make this decision? 2 nights ago. It was about 48 hours ago when we
Correct.
decided this was happening.
And here we
By the
are.
way.
And here
So-
we are. No, that is so true.
Literally,
Yes.
it was 48
Yes.
hours ago.
Yes.
When we decided this was happening.
Well, I think one thing about us is once the idea is there and it's like, oh no, we're being serious.
Yeah. It's
I'm
happening
off.
within the next
Because
hour.
let me tell you,
literally.
When we decided to be TikTok influencers, and I said, wait, I hope you know I'm being serious. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
joking about this.
Oh, and I said, me too.
And you said, no, me too. I said, oh, perfect.
right.
Next morning, silence in the room for an hour because we're both making videos.
Yes.
Like,
No,
genuinely.
literally, we decided that it was a Wednesday, once again, Wednesday night where we, for the first time ever, had this conversation about becoming influencers. And then we were like, oh, we'll start posting like daily next Monday. Because
Yes.
why did the Thursday, the next day, the next
Yes.
morning, we both had Day in the Lives being filmed, and we were like, oh, this is just a trial day. But tell
No.
me why those were
They was
posted,
posted
and tell me
publicly.
why that is still my most liked
That-
and viewed
yes.
video to this day.
Yes. Wait, that's actually crazy.
It is crazy.
It's because you were just on that
It was so
grind and it was so
natural.
passionate. Yes.
I was so ready for it.
I think part also you were like, oh, this is like a
Exactly.
test. Like it wasn't like
Exactly.
anything crazy. Boom,
Yeah.
3,000 views. I'm there. Yes.
And right.
That's actually so true.
It's so crazy. Because there wasn't any pressure on it.
No.
It was also week 1, so I could take a second to take a photo of the view.
Yes.
Nowadays, like, girl,
I'm
I
running.
blink and I
Right.
have to run.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where I am throughout my day.
Yes.
So.
Well, I think that's also the thing too, because if I was as busy as you or like had as much work as you, I wouldn't be on this grind still. You know what I mean? But also, it's like I think we needed a purpose.
Yes.
Is the thing,
Yeah.
and here we are
And here we
making
are.
it happen
Yes.
on a couch.
That's the thing. I have to just make more time for it.
right.
Because in the beginning, it was more like, oh, whenever I had free time, I could just sit down and make whatever video I wanted.
Right.
Now I don't just have fun free time with nothing to do. I just need to intentionally put it into my schedule.
Yes. And this is also the thing is that in high school, I was like, I had just as much passion and drive. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I was with my best friend. I'm like, no, I am literally,
Right.
this is my new life. But then I'm shaking in my boots trying
Yeah.
to press the post button,
right.
and I never do it because
Right.
I'm like, I'm with all these people around me that already know me, and like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I'm
No,
seeing
it was
people
a
every day. It's a
completely
totally different vibe.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
I have no
I
care
have
in the world.
no, especially on the first week,
Right. We knew no
girl,
one.
nobody knew my literal speck of name.
Right.
I was a piece of dust on the ground. Nobody knew I
Literally.
existed.
And
Yes.
going to a school as big as UT Austin,
Yes.
if people tried to judge, girl, there are literally 1,000 more people lined up behind you
Yes.
that will appreciate
Yes.
me and my efforts.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's so many
Yes.
people to get to know, and like, there's just too many opportunities.
Also, one thing I was just like,
explore.
okay, what is so deep about this?
That is also the thing.
Yes.
Literally, what is so deep?
Genuinely, what's wrong with me telling you what I did today?
Right.
Guys, scroll past then.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
literally.
Like, genuinely, where is
Right.
that? Because also, all my friends from home are like, please keep posting. I'm loving these.
Yes.
I said,
They love
right.
the updates.
I said, right.
And I said,
Exactly.
"Of course." And I will
Exactly.
provide.
And right. and suddenly I'm getting stressed
Right, and suddenly
that I
I'm
don't have a
stressed
video of
because I'm not providing enough.
Yes.
Yeah. And now my biggest worry is the lack of providing,
Right.
not just.
And will anybody notice? I will.
Right. And I will notice when you're not posting.
Exactly. I said, Skye, haven't seen a
Yeah.
video from you in a
No,
couple
I've
days.
gotten called out a few times over the last few weeks, and you know what can I say?
And was it valid?
And it was so
And it was valid.
painfully valid. And it
Yes.
was painfully valid.
Exactly.
You know.
Oh, this is so comfy.
This is super comfy cozy.
This is very homey.
We had to search through this building to find a floor with a little cozy comfy area that we could set up in with good lighting and
Because
a good position.
we are on the floor right above the like
common area
like couches,
yeah,
you know, whatever. And we were like, we can't do it down there because let me tell you, we were just down there. There's an artist over
Yeah.
here doing caricatures, and then there's someone playing the grand piano, and then a man next to him literally on the violin.
And we said, and there's people screaming because they're playing ping pong,
Right.
And there's TVs going off,
Right.
And there's the laundry machines going off,
Right.
There's too much happening.
We said this might not be the right environment.
This might not be the environment for us.
Yes. So we said, okay. We knew like the higher floors had these like little like areas with like 1 or 2 couches. So we start our search. and unfortunately, it took us 8 floors to get here.
Of us walking into a floor and going, ugh.
And going,
that's
wait,
not gonna work.
why are there 2? It was like chairs with like.
Why is there a chair upside down on the floor right now?
Yes, and then a chair with like a wall here and a wall here. We said,
Yeah.
"Can I speak to you?"
Good morning. I can't even hear my own
Thoughts.
Right.
My own literal thoughts.
Yeah.
And then we landed on floor 20.
And eventually we got
And
to
welcome.
floor 20. And
And
be prepared to see this background for until it stops working.
Right, exactly.
You know, until we walk up
somebody's
one day
doing
and
work on
I
their
was-
their
on
own
their
floor,
own
and we're
floor.
gonna say, "Didn't you
what
know
are
we
you-
were on our
Yeah,
way?"
do you live here? They're gonna
Do you-
say, "Bitch, yes I do." We're gonna go.
Right.
Ooh, that's awesome.
And my key says number 12,
Right.
and yours says 20.
And this
And
is
you're
awkward.
valid.
And this is an awkward
And this-
moment.
and this is awkward.
what can we
Do
do about
you know
it?
this elevator's going up? And I do.
And I literally do.
And I literally do. Right, exactly. Let me tell you. I was literally going to sleep, and I put my little sleep mask on, and I put my head down,
Right.
and suddenly
oh,
a thought came to me,
okay.
which was our weekly segment. Let's talk
Yes.
about
Wait,
it.
because this was a hilarious moment. Because
Right.
yeah, she's comfy, cozy, up in bed.
Lights
are
are
out.
off.
I'm on my phone, and all of a sudden,
It was literally this.
she
It was this.
rises.
It was
Yeah.
literally like something actually came through me.
Yes.
And I said, Skye.
And I said, "Good morning."
Right. He said, I thought you were
Right.
unconscious.
Yeah.
And I said, this is our weekly segment. And let me tell you what it is. So, as we know, the name of this podcast is
Yes.
Dramatic Elements. If you haven't caught on already,
Yes.
I'm a theater major, you're a science major.
Right.
It just was
Biochemistry
perfect.
major.
And this was actually made by AI. But let's
by
not.
Snapchat AI.
By Snapchat
named
AI
Brenda.
named Brenda. But you know what? It worked.
It works.
She absolutely cooked that. And we said, okay, let's do our dramatic element of the week. What was some drama that was brought into your life this week? Mine is very like, I think it's drama, but let me explain why. Because I
Right.
already told you this as an example for a dramatic element, but I would like to share.
Right.
This is mine. So at the football game, which we were playing against Georgia, there was an insane flag put down. Insane flag. And so people started getting mad, including myself. I said boo.
Right.
And so then people started throwing water bottles, like plastic water bottles, onto the field, which I digress.
And maybe they were valid.
Maybe that was valid, but also maybe not. But
Right.
we had that rage, and we were losing by 0-23, and we're Texas, so people were
Right.
pissed,
Yeah.
throwing the water bottles, and then where the dramatics come in is we are now being fined $250,000 as a school. And did I tell
And
you
we
this?
are.
Did you know this?
What?
Let me sit up.
You're sitting up.
They're looking back through the cameras. Did you hear about this?
No.
To see if they can pinpoint specific students who threw them.
Oh
And if
my
you get
gosh.
pinpoint, you get there's a text from the university being like, "We've revoked your big ticket." Yeah.
Gagged.
So basically, if they say that you threw it, you don't get to go to football games anymore. That's basically what it's saying.
Right.
Which at this school, this
That
is a
is
football
huge.
school. So like
Yeah.
that also, not only that, but if you were one of the ones that was passionate enough to throw
Right.
something,
And you were like close enough
yes,
to throw
that
something
means
on the
you
field.
like are into it.
You were there early.
Yes.
You were ready for that football game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. But I just thought that was literally so drama, and I said, guys,
That is.
I kind of everyone who threw a water bottle, it's giving diva. It's giving
Right.
like,
And you were standing up for yourself.
and exactly.
Right.
You were standing up for yourself, and let's talk about it. It worked.
Right.
They said reverse. They said, okay, guys,
Right.
touchdown.
Right.
So
No, even my like FRI professor was talking to us about how this is going to be talked about for years, how
Matthew
our
McConaughey?
reputation is ruined.
Did you see that?
No.
Matthew McConaughey posted about it.
Hello.
Oh, my phone's over there.
Oh.
He literally posted being like, but it was like gentle parenting. Like I was like,
Bruh.
wait, no, but actually, like if you read it, like it genuinely was like,
Should I pull it up?
yeah, you should pull it up.
Wait.
Go to Matthew McConaughey's, go to his Instagram. It's probably on his Instagram, but it was basically him being like, I get it, Longhorns, but no,
No way.
don't do it, guys. And it was giving like gentle
Yeah.
parenting. He was validating my feelings, but he was also like, you shouldn't do this.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Was it like a full post?
I don't know if you're gonna be able to find it on Instagram. Anyway, it was. He said, I am the biggest diva here
Of course.
because he has class
Of
in that
course.
moment. So anyway, that was the drama.
Yeah. No,
And what
that's
about
a great
you?
drama. What has been my drama of the past week? Girl. Last week in itself was a dramatic element.
Right,
Last week was a messy week.
right,
What even went down? I had one too many things on my plate.
right. I fear that's every week.
And maybe you're right. and maybe that is the situation.
And maybe that's the root of the problem.
And maybe
is that every
the
week
problem.
stands out.
No, because that's so true. I'm always
Yes.
looking back on my past week and I'm like, wow, last week killed me. And then I look ahead to what this week has to
Right.
bring and I'm like, this week is going to kill me.
Right.
And then I'm constantly thinking, last week killed me and this week is 2 times as bad as last week. So what's going to happen this week?
Right.
Anyway, this week, like this upcoming week, is actually the chillest week, I think, since
The dawn of time.
Since the dawn of time.
Right.
Since I was birthed.
Right.
This might be one of the chiller weeks. Because
Right.
I just like the past few weeks have been exams. I had this paper, this research proposal that actually I think probably was my most dramatic element of the last week. It was due Sunday night and it was one of those things that just wasn't happening. But like it literally wasn't happening.
Right.
No matter the amount of effort I was putting in, no matter what
Right.
was the effort going into it, just it wasn't showing on that paper. It was a severely dramatic turn in 2 nights ago, 11:58. I'm trying
Yes.
to type things up. I go in the next day, and it's really not a big issue.
Right.
Like, reflecting on the moment, it's really
Right.
not that big of an issue. I'm talking to my classmates. None of us, like, it was also a first draft, so it didn't have to be perfect. Anyway, I feel as though that was my dramatic element of last week because it was quite the drama.
Right.
It was seriously quite the drama.
And it was.
And it literally was. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like this coming weekend,
Yes.
being our first Halloween weekend in college, by the way,
Yes.
I'm terrified.
Right.
I feel like that is going to insinuate maybe 30,000 dramatic elements because
100%.
what could possibly go right?
Right. What could go right? My girlfriend is coming to visit, and
Right.
her parents, which are gonna be so funny.
And her dog.
And her dog.
Right.
I'm so excited to see her parents and her dog and her. It's gonna be so much fun and so cute. I love all of them. But yeah, we'll see what goes down.
Yeah.
Friday night, Saturday night. What's happening, guys?
Every night.
I have no idea what's happening.
All I know is I have 2 costumes
Right.
that will be
And we're just
rotated
going
in
with
and
the
out.
flow.
And
Yeah.
that's literally all I know.
Right.
That's
And then
literally
next
all I know.
weekend is
It's
Halloween
same
weekend
thing,
part 2.
Yes.
Because we have Thursday night actual Halloween.
And then Friday, Saturday is
starting November, but maybe it's still Halloween.
No,
because
it's
it
still
just has to
Halloween. Right.
I think so.
So this is the biggest rally of the century.
This is gonna be a big rally, guys.
Right, so I'm scared.
Yeah.
So I feel we'll have so much to talk about.
I'm so excited.
Right.
So, that was episode 1 of the Dramatic Elements podcast. How are we feeling?
I am right. It's a check-in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling so fulfilled.
Yes. I'm feeling ready for a fun first season of this podcast.
Right.
Of us just getting used to college, learning about college with you guys.
We'll
getting
be
into
sharing
this-
advice.
We'll be sharing
We should do
advice.
one episode all about long distance relationships.
Yes, we are both in long distance gay relationships.
With women.
With women.
Don't
Please.
don't play.
Literally
Don't get
play.
it wrong.
Do
Right.
not get it wrong.
Right.
Guys.
Right.
Hello, biochemistry major, acting major.
So much to talk
What is
about.
the difference?
Right.
What's going on?
What is the same?
What is the same?
Is the greater
What is-
question.
What is the same? What is the difference? How
Right.
is rooming with somebody that you met
Right.
on day 1 of rooming?
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Exactly.
So yeah. And every single week you'll get to hear our most dramatic element of the week. That'll be
And we
fun.
want to hear yours.
And we want to hear yours. So if you're
Yes.
listening on YouTube, go ahead and comment down below what your
Right.
most dramatic element of this week was. If you're listening on Spotify,
I think you can
leave
still
a
make
fun
comments.
Review. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you can make comments. Leave a
Or,
review.
you know,
tell us
what was the dramatic element?
right.
What do you want to hear about?
Right.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
We're an
should
open
we
book.
include?
We are
Yeah.
a bunch of nobodies.
We are a bunch of nobodies with microphones ready to talk about nothing.
Yes.
But be so entertaining
But
at the
everything.
same time.
But
Yeah.
everything.
Nothing and everything at the same time.
And we
And
love
make
you.
sure to
And
go-
we love the drama.
And we love you. And we're ready for the
Right.
drama.
Right.
We're so ready for it.
Right.
Make sure to follow all of our socials. TikTok at
Dramatic Elements Podcast. Right.
And are we making an Instagram?
Are we? We could.
We could.
Stay
Stay
tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And make sure to tell your friends. And we'll be around.
Right. And
we'll
shoot
be
me a
around.
text.
And shoot me a text.
Right.
Or
And thank you for
DM.
listening.
We'll see you next week.
Love you.
Bye.